Reading Explorer, number 4. Unit 12. Living longer, last unit. Genes, health, and lifespan. 12A. Last 12A. Hi guys, and welcome to a new episode on this channel. Today we will be talking about genes, health, and lifespans, where we will be looking at people who grow as old as 100 years old. Really, old. Just kidding, it's just a piece of paper. So, what is this health and lifespan and genetic stuff? Well, if you're a gene yourself, you would already understand what I'm talking about. But if you're not like one of those people, then you should actually just figure it out. You know all the main ingredients of life. Water, you really need water, and food, and obviously life itself. So, firstly, what is the first reason of how the centenarians in this world live into 100 years old? Firstly, they say they have a healthy life. They drink daily, eat regularly, but instead of red meats, they eat mostly nuts and figs. Not much meat. And the second reason why they are pretty healthy, and even though they're still 100 years old, is because they are the genetics inside them. Let's say that you are made of Lego blocks, and then these Lego blocks seem to be inside the world, but let's say that one part of it, like a block, is different from the other. Let's say you're made of entirely yellow, red, and green Lego blocks, but only one of them, actually 5 of those blocks that make you, are black. And you might notice and like, hey, why do I have a black Lego blocks here? Well, it's because that's your genetics. Because you have a gene that nobody else has. This gene is incredibly useful in a lot of ways. Firstly, it makes you immune. It makes you immune to a lot of diseases, mostly cancer and diabetes. And because of that, you are pretty able to go healthy. But however, the bad thing is that you are shorter than the average height for your ages. And this is called Laron syndrome. And then what? It's not like it's gonna be like an Xbox or something. Well, that's mostly the reasons why they are living really old, even though they're healthy but old. Not a lot seems to happen when we just think about stuff. But let me tell you a few people. The picture of the guy on top is 106 years old, but he can still walk by his own. There's not any glasses, and he can still sing. And his name is Salvatore Caruso. The guy on the bottom is 108 years old. His name's Irving Khan, and he's a billionaire. Yes, a billionaire. Then this guy, the guy who looks pretty old but is really short, in the middle of there, is 51 years old. And his name is Norman Apollo Ramirez. It is said he has Laron syndrome, which makes him look like the height of a, 15-year-old, 10-year-old. Actually, it looks like a 10-year-old to me. And because of that, he has Laron syndrome, but other than that, he still is able to live a normal life. He also is immune to cancer and diabetes, which is really good. And yeah, that's how he lived. So these are the examples and why they have been lived into 100 years old, and these are centenarians. Anybody who lives to 100 years old is called centenarians. There are there actually are other animals that can live more than 100 years old, such as the longest living animal ever, who seems to never ever die, called the immortal jellyfish. But we will not get into it. I'll make a separate video on that. So this is where I will end this episode. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you in the next episode. Shinhan out. Peace. Click here.